Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm just going to do a video update. Figure it'd be quicker than trying to type out everything. So we have Hurricane Idalia out over the Gulf here. You can see the satellite. We have a hurricane with a strong core. It's getting stronger over time. We have it was Category 1 this morning, probably going to be at least a Category 2 by later this evening, and forecast to be a Category 3 when it approaches North Florida tomorrow morning. And you can see we also have this big band of outer band of rain moving up into the southern Florida right now. So this could be an issue for South Florida commute tonight, and then certainly as we go up toward Tampa. If we'll go look at the radar real quick, and you can see that there's that band that I talked about. You can see that there's the eye out there over the Gulf of Mexico, again moving up to the north. Lots of these spiral bands spiraling to the center. There's this outer band, and so yeah, that's going to be moving up toward the Tampa area. This will be in Lakeland tonight, and then moving up onto the north. And then we have strong winds out of the south here that'll be pushing water onto the coast. So storm surge will be an issue all along here, getting worse as you go up the coast. Certainly as the core of the storm approaches the Appalachia Bay tomorrow. You'll have very severe storm surge, as much as 10 to 15 feet in this area. Very low lying, Cedar Key, Steinhatchee, Alligator Point if it gets that far west, St. Mark's. All those areas I would expect significant storm surge. And so as we saw with Ian last year, don't risk being on the coast for that kind of thing. That's how people typically die in storms is with the water. So just get out of the way of the water, get somewhere safe. So one thing I did want to show quickly for the city of Tallahassee specifically, I'm going to go pull up a hurricane forecast here from our HAFS model just to kind of illustrate. So it brings the storm inland tomorrow, basically right over the St. Mark's area. So again, the landfall point may be a little easier, maybe a little west in this general area. But one thing you'll notice is that right now, I'll go back. Right now, that all this rain is mostly on the east side. But then as we go forward in time, there is the kind of western eye wall gets stronger, and that's because we have this jet stream to the north, and it's sort of enhancing this west side of the storm. We saw something similar happen in Hurricane Ian last year, and it led to really severe western eye wall. So I'm worried for the city of Tallahassee and that area that you could have, if the storm is just to your east, you could have that kind of western eye wall right over the city. And Tallahassee is very prone to wind from tropical cyclones, even weaker ones, much weaker than this, will cause severe damage and power outages. So this could be a really significant event. I'd expect potential power outages up to a week or more. Lots of tree damage. All those canopy roads are going to be covered in trees. So hunker down, finish preparing tonight. And certainly further east, you're going to have all these bands with hurricane force winds on the east side. Again, that's sort of moving with the motion. So you're going to get strong winds out of the south. Hurricane force wind gusts possible in areas like McClinney here and Jacksonville, Lake City, Gainesville. So again, areas that aren't used to getting strong hurricanes, and so I would just prepare for significant tree damage, significant power outages, and just really make sure you're ready. Make sure if you live in a mobile home, I wouldn't stay there. Go somewhere safe. Go to a friend's house. Just get in a place that you're safe from wind. And certainly if you live in any low-lying areas along the coast, along these rivers here, get away from the water. They say run from water, hide from wind. And I think those are both very appropriate things here because we have, this is going to be all hazards. It's going to be rain, wind, storm surge. You'll have tornadoes in some of these outer bands. So just this, all of the northern peninsula and much of the Big Bend is going to experience severe effects from this. And the time to be ready is tonight. So lastly, we'll just go look at the official Hurricane Center forecast. Again, these are the folks that you should be paying attention to for your just official forecast, www.nhc.noaa.gov. That's the official. They're the ones that make the official forecast. They're the ones you should trust. So they have the storm becoming a major hurricane right before landfall tomorrow, moving in again somewhere in the Big Bend. The cone it's not if you're going to get impacts well outside the cone. That's something to remember here. For example, you'll have, we'll go look at the wind speed probabilities. You have, winds, high chance of strong winds, well outside, even outside the cone. But if we go back to that cone, you can see that we have, the storm is probably going to come in somewhere in this Big Bend region tomorrow night. And then, tomorrow morning around 8 a.m., 8 to 10 a.m., sometime in that range most likely. and then it'll move up to the northeast, and then back, along the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina. So you'll get some coastal effects here, and even in South Georgia, you could still have a hurricane over areas of southeast Georgia, Savannah. So this is going to be could be a potentially significant inland event as well. So certainly, just again, tonight is the time to finalize your preparations. If you're trying to decide last minute, should I leave the water? Should I leave my mobile home? The answer is yes. Go somewhere safe. Ride it out. Worst. We always say prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Hopefully this ends up being weaker than forecast, but all indications are from satellite that it's strengthening as models suggest, and we'll have more aircraft reconnaissance out there later this afternoon to see just how much is strengthened, and looking like likely at least a Category 3 hurricane into the Florida Big Bend tomorrow. So be ready, be prepared, and be safe. Thanks, everyone.